Um,
It's good to see you.
Let me get my volume turned up a little bit. I turned it down. Hmm.
May I ask you something?
Always.
You've mentioned siblings. With everything that's happening, do you know if they're all right?
I've received word from my eldest sister. She was always good at tracking me down. South Reach has experienced the same chaos as everywhere else. My family is fine. Pray they remain so.
Your sister tracked you down. She didn't know where you were.
I let her know I was in Haven. She assumed I survived. It's not the first time. I may have neglected to tell her when I was transferred to Kirkwall.
Why?
I wasn't in a good state. I wanted only to leave. I received an angry letter about my disappearance 2 years later. For all her reprimands, it was a relief to hear from someone who knew me before the Blight.
You still regret the man you became after leaving Ferelden?
After the Ferelden Circle, I thought all mages were like the ones there. Knight Commander Meredith's methods were harsh, but they kept people safe.
You said Meredith was unstable.
She was my Knight Commander. I had no reason to distrust her. She wasn't wrong about the Blood Mages in Kirkwall. She always encouraged my anger towards the mages. There was only so far I would go, and she knew that too. I was her second in command. She kept decisions from me, those I would question. I believed she was serving the city. I never thought to question her, not until it was too late.
I hope you find the Inquisition's leadership more agreeable.
Forgive my lack of professional decorum, but very much so. The Inquisition is my chance to atone. I will not see it fail.
If you don't mind my asking, the hero Ferelden was a Circle Mage. Did you know him?
I attended his harrowing, actually. He was a talented mage. Considering he brought an end to the Blight, that goes without saying.
Do you think Templars should cease to exist?
No. I may have chosen to leave that life, but I respect those who remain. Magic ungoverned could tear the world apart. It's doing so now. Templars are trained and able to confront such dangers.
What would you suggest?
Some call the Circle a prison that can only breed resentment. Perhaps opportunities to work outside the Circle. A mixed military service or healers' clinics with Templar support. And there must be a safer way for Templars to leave. Templars can lose their memories to delirium. Some call it a gift, to forget the failed harrowings, the demons. Some atrocities haunt me still. But to lose what good I can recall, I nearly lost my mind once. It is no gift.
I like the sound of that.
I'm not sure it's the answer, but something needs to change.
The Inquisition won't last forever. What will you do when this is over?
To be honest, I hadn't given it much thought until recently. I'm not used to having so many possibilities.
That's all I wanted to know.
Should you require anything, I'll be here.
Because I know he's got some work to do, and we can't just wander off all the time. Or at least she and he cannot wander off all the time to kiss on the, there on the walls. Hmm. Hi.
Good morrow, Val Royal.
Regard the charlatan. Very happy.
And I am the foyer. Very serious. We begin! I suffer woes, I believe original, but are merely common of my class.
Whimsy arrives. Reverential parley. Experiences that are new, but safe.
My path was right all along. I was merely insufferable. Closure and good night.
Oh, okay. Hmm. Alright, I have some confusion. Ooh. Wrath in Heaven does, or Wrath of Heaven does even more damage to demons and leaves enemies stunned longer. 'Cause, yeah. Yup. Okay, there.
I've no beef with the Inquisition, but you will not station here.
I have my orders.
And mine don't recognise yours. A rogue group cannot simply set up shop in the capital.
We're just here for communication. Less men than your merchants' caravans. We'll stay out of your way.
See that you do.
Huh.
We have tracked her, and now the groom has run off as well. Something about cousins and a western approach.
It is a time of war.
All the more reason to improve court standing. Freeholders should know this.
As you say, maybe.
Inquisitor, what an unexpected pleasure. You must have had a long journey to the city. Might there be any news from this house?
Here's a letter from Emily. He's safe with his family in the Dales.
Oh, my Ellery. Oh, bless you. The Dions will sponsor the Duparquets as a family deserving of a noble title, Inquisitor. You have my word. Now, please, forgive my hastiness, but I must read Ellery's words. Make her keep you.
Alright, that takes care of one of the things I needed to do. Hmm. Hmm. I have a thing over here also to do. It's only taking me a little bit. Oh, boy.
Nothing to report, sir.
Yeah, it's taking a little bit, but the elven artifact that's over here, I do have to activate that as well. Hmm. But long bits of just running along. Hmm. It's fine. It's all good. I'm just starting to wake up. It's fine.
I can sense elven magic somewhere nearby.
The faithful move to follow your divine will. It shall be as you say.
Hmm. I don't know. I'm a little concerned with that wall having it not being as solid as it should.
Good. That should help strengthen the veil.
Okay. There's definitely a slightly different selection of adventure stuff. Oh! I've got some... Huh. Some of those longer timers should also be done at this point, I'm realizing. Still, it's an interesting cave network of sorts. Hmm. Hmm. Probably not what it was referencing. Probably over there. Aha. Hmm. Poof. Boom.
I don't know. It's good to have...
Yes, he's happy to have commerce restored. Hmm.
True enough.
Well.
A pleasure to see you again.
Goodbye.
Thank you so much for your help.
Hmm. Yeah, I need to put some more stuff away in storage, I believe. Hmm. Even if it's stuff I'm not using and not going to use. I don't know. Am I a video game hoarder? Is that what I'm doing?
Inquisitor.
Yeah. Hey, that one just adds damage? Oh, no, but 50% from, yeah. Alright.
Flower motif, I think.
Maybe, I don't know. Vivian. Oh, look at that. I have enough. Yes. Hmm. Yeah, putting some serious fire resistance on there, I think, would probably be really good, too. Hmm. Hmm. Oh. Hmm. Just adding is that electrical resistance. Hmm. Amusing possibilities. Ooh. Hmm. So it's presently sitting with 18 and 44. So plus 14 magic and 32 electrical resistance is fairly good. And then boosting that to a 76% fire resistance. Yeah. Hmm. Vivian. Yeah, that is a very good jump up for material for what she's wearing. Hmm. Actually, that probably will be better for... Hmm. Whew. see. Yes. Ah, and this would be for the boots. Honestly, that coloration doesn't really need to change. Poof. Mm-hmm. Her weapon, though. Alright, 122 is the max. So what do I have that will do cold? Ooh. Interesting. Yeah. Alright, let's give that. Start off with that. A Master Demon Slayer rune would be very corrupting rune would be interesting, but not in line with what I'm aiming at either. And the additional spirit damage. Across the board, yeah. Come back over here to Vivian. She's got a Keeper Ice Staff, which I'll be upgrading. To the Flanking Bleeding Staff. Because I am keeping her with the whole cold damage thing. So many things in storage, but it's okay.
Good to see you.
You were there. I have to know what it was like. The colors, the smells, the magic. I'm sorry, it's just so exciting. You went into the Fade. If you have time, Inquisitor, do tell.
Alright, you asked about the Fade.
You seemed excited that I fell into the Fade at Adamant.
Excited? The spring gets me excited. This is a wonder. It's probably hard to relate, but dwarves don't dream. So I can't even guess what it's like. I can't even understand what dreams are. But you were there. And came back. Can I take a sample?
A sample?
Oh, that sounded sinister. I meant, can I cut a little piece off of you and do things to it? Didn't sound better, did it?
You'll have a full report of everything I saw. Will that do?
It's a start. I'm sorry, it's just... This is exciting. It all is. Your people cleaned you up after your fall. I wonder if anything is left. So much to think about.
Alright. Oh, yeah, she's fun. Hey, can I get a sample? That didn't sound good. Can I cut pieces off of you and do stuff to it? That sounded worse. Yeah, it definitely sounded worse.
Inquisitor!
What happened here?
The House of Repose decided to pay a visit. The guards arrived in time, but I should have guessed the assassins would infiltrate the servants.
Let's not underestimate the League of Professional Murderers.
It won't happen again, Your Worship.
Liliana assigned people to shadow me. They appear to have saved my life. I owe you everything, Sergeant.
Only my duty, Ambassador. I'll talk with the Spy Master about these murderous louts. She'll find how they got in.
Any news on the House of Repose, Inquisitor?
What's the next favor we need to get these Duparacats a lordship?
We must persuade Minister Belize to ratify the papers. She's in charge of these matters of rank. The minister will be at a small fete thrown by the Marquis Wiscott. I'll get you an invitation.
Yep, assassins. Oh boy. Ooh. Let me see. Purchase a shipment of rare or valuable raw materials for crafting. I'm gonna start off with that, even though she is there. Alright. Yeah, because those I didn't need, and that's just Master Focus, which I will be picking up at some point. And Secrets. Some additional stuff, but it's herbalism at a certain point.
Sir Michel's a decent man, and his assistance has been valuable. Hard to believe he was disgraced at all.
The situation was complicated.
Inquisitor, I have the time and place. The Marquis' party. You must find a way to speak with Minister Belez privately about ratifying the Duperriquet's return to nobility. It is the last step we need. She holds the success of this entire endeavor in her hands. Trust. Inquisitor, Knight Enchanter Cosette sends her thanks. As promised, she has provided us with what she learned of the Venatori. Yay. Port Navarra. It was a pleasure meeting with your representatives. We are happy to lend the Inquisition our support. Oh, good. Ooh. According to Dorian, it might be possible to discover who Corypheus once was. Knowing he was human could make him less attractive to Deventer zealots, who think of him as a god. Acquiring this information, however, is more difficult than one might suppose. Such ancient information could be found in the Magisterium's library in Menrathis, but the Grand Archivist has so far replied to our missives with polite misdirection. Dorian says he is the king of this particular castle and knows it. He might be blocking our efforts out of allegiance to Corypheus, or simply because he can. Go around him. I can send an agent to infiltrate the archives and find what we need. Bribe the man with gifts and favors. This is normal for Deventer, and what he expects. Men like this respond to one thing: threats. He knows who you are and doesn't want to be your enemy. That's going to be nearly... Ooh. That's a long one. 6 hours. Honestly, it's nearly 7 hours to get through the bribes and gifts. I'm okay, but it's fine. Judgment. Recover sold artifacts. Service. The Venatori who offered to help the Inquisition after his capture has provided a tip on the whereabouts of some old magical artifacts he shipped out of the western approach. He claims he requires a small squadron of helpers and a decent amount of gold to recover them for the Inquisition. We cannot fully trust this man, and he knows it. I will give him his helpers and send an unseen spy along.
Let's see what we have.
What am I after? Your worship, my town in Valgamond has been besieged by Darkspawn. I cannot fathom where the loathsome beasts have come from, but I beg the Inquisition for assistance. My own humble forces have already been dispatched to help in your own noble efforts, leaving my people ill-equipped against the savage host. Word of your redemption of the Grey Wardens has already spread far. Please, if you can spare them, Valgamond lives and dies by your word. The Grey Wardens are in the It is odd to see a town threatened by Darkspawn. I suggest we investigate before committing forces. Marquise Effluent has other allies. She can call upon them, and we can say the Wardens. Yeah, honestly, I don't want to send them out there. This feels like a trap. This, however, per your request, after seeing that no mage named Reyes was present at the conclave at the time of the explosion, I began my search. It appears, based on reports gathered from rebel mages, that Reyes had originally intended to be at the conclave, but the former Templar Evangeline persuaded him not to attend. She believed corruption within the Templars sought to exasperate the conflict, and this merited investigation. Evangeline was last seen not far from Valfermin, where a merchant described her as fighting other Templars and being taken. Injured but alive, Reyes came through the area not long after, searching for her. The forest near Valfermin offer many places to hide, but the Inquisition could track down these renegade Templars if you so order. My men can cut through the forest and recover Reyes and Evangeline safely.
Inquisitor.
Okay. Well then. Oof. There's also a disaster in the deep roads. The Inquisition has received an urgent request for aid from Orsimar. A subterranean earthquake has collapsed one of their lyrium mines and endangered several others. Even worse, tunnel seals preventing Darkspawn from overrunning the Dwarven-occupied deep roads have crumbled, allowing hordes of the enemies to invade. Orsimar is a key provider of the Inquisition's lyrium supply, and as such, its security is a top priority. The earthquake opened a fissure in the Stormcoast Mountains, granting direct access from the surface to the threatened region underground. Constructing a mining lift at the fissure site will permit the Inquisition to transport forces directly to where the Darkspawn fighting is fiercest. I know where to find people who can build a mining lift quickly and safely. A construction team arrived in the Storm Coast Mountains, and set up a mining lift to transport Inquisition forces from the earthquake fissures opening down into the deep roads. A report sent by messenger bird. Inquisitor. The mining lift in the Storm Coast Mountains will be finished by the time you get here. Anyone going into the deep roads should dress accordingly. Don't skimp on the armor and bring the best weapons in Skyhold's arsenal. I also recommend packing plenty of dry rations. Most things down there will be looking to eat the Inquisition, not the other way around. Scout Harding. Let's bring Varric, for starters. Probably Darkspawn. Let's bring Blackwall with us. I'm going to be bringing her for something else later, so I'm going to bring Solus with me. Oh. The deep roads. Oof. Just have to get through the loading screen.
Inquisitor, the workers are almost done building a lift to the deep roads. No Darkspawn trouble yet, but the earthquakes have been brutal.
I was told to meet a Shaper Volta.
She's waiting below. You won't see an Orzammar dwarf on the surface. They have rules about that.
How many quakes have there been since you arrived?
At least 3 big rumblers. And the aftershocks are nothing to sneeze at. My feet miss solid ground.
Josephine's report mentioned several lyrium mines were damaged by the quakes.
You'll see what's left of this one on your way down. From what I hear, the other mines are barely holding together.
So you haven't seen any Darkspawn up here?
I sharpened my arrows just in case, but they never showed. I'm okay with that.
From your tone, I guess Orzammar isn't your favorite place.
I don't have an opinion. Cloud gazers like me aren't allowed in the city. The lift's ready for you.
Yeah, Orzammar. But she's really effective at what she does.
Try not to shift around, and keep back from the edge. It's a long way down.
Yeah, Harding is very effective at what she does, though. And just look at that.
This reminds me of a story.
Shocking.
It's about an impossibly handsome dwarf and his friend who got crowned King of the Nugs.
A Nug King, really?
It's not as good as it sounds. Nugs mostly just shit on the floor and roll in it. Welcome to the deep roads.
Always wondered if I'd die down here.
You're not dead yet.
The day's just starting.
Dwarves cannot dream, yet they devise the most fascinating inventions.
Not all ideas come from the Fade.
True, but these designs must be inspired by something.
Novrik, your names will not be forgotten.
You must be Shaper Volta.
A trust Valar, Inquisitor. The Shaper it welcomes you to the deep roads.
You look as though you're hiding from something.
As a citizen of Orzammar, even a glimpse of your sky could cost me my position and render me castless.
Gotta love real dwarves.
What does a Shaper do exactly?
We chronicle the life and times of our people.
You're historians.
Also scholars and genealogists. Shapers preserve knowledge in the memories, an archive in Orzammar. We record memories in Lyrium to ensure they never fade. We must be meticulous in every detail.
How many dwarves have you lost?
More than we can count. The mining caste has suffered greatly. Our situation has worsened since we contacted Skyhold. The quakes collapsed this mine and shattered a seal, keeping the Darkspawn at bay. The Legion of the Dead hasn't been able to mend the broken seal, and we can't afford to lose any more lyrium.
I've read about the Legion of the Dead. Dwarves who fight Darkspawn in service to Orzammar. They commit their lives to the cause and celebrate their own funerals before entering the deep roads.
No matter their sins in life, the Legion die noble deaths.
What will happen if we lose more lyrium mines?
The surface needs lyrium for all sorts of magic. The Inquisition more than most, I understand. And Orzammar's economy relies on the lyrium trade. Without it, there will be chaos above and below.
Orzammar deals with Darkspawn all the time. Why request the Inquisition's help?
The Legion isn't prepared for this level of disaster, and the Grey Wardens haven't answered our calls for aid. Any threat to the flow of lyrium requires immediate response. The Inquisition is the only force we can rely upon.
The Inquisition stands ready to aid Orzammar. Without a steady lyrium supply, things on the surface will get even worse.
Apologies for pushing you. I fear the damage that tremor caused. Follow me to the Legion camp.
Ooh. Well. Oh, it's a road. Is that a road there? No. Where are we going?
Keep your eyes open. These roads are dangerous.
Ooh. As I am here, it looks... Blackwall's got to level up. Oh, he's got 3s. 3. Alright, those are mastered, so... You taunt an enemy into a frenzy. Their damage output increases over time, but so does the amount of damage they take. The effect ends if you get out of range of the enemy. While to the death is active, your guard improves as your target takes damage and you correct weakness of your own.
Stay clear of its reach!
Now, while it's distracted!
To break the ogre's grip, use an ability with a physical effect to stun knockout. Ooh. Ooh. Well, that was definitely something.
I will never get used to the stench of Darkspawn. They corrupt everything, even the air.
Yeah.
That's the broken seal ahead. It is worse than I thought.
Get those charges to the tunnels!
Here we go.
Someone prime the sonic fuses!
We can't lose this position! Hurry!
Can't set the charges with the bastard bringing down our neck!
Clear out the Darkspawn!
it up! The seal's clear! Prime the charges!
Now, set the charges!
Here we go. Time to get back. Possibly over here. Oh, it says all the way back here. All the way back here. Definitely need a base camp.
Inquisitor, meet Lieutenant Wren, a veteran of the 5th Flight and one of the Legion's finest commanders.
Someone paid her to say that. Appreciate the help, Inquisitor. Collapsing that seal bought us time. Blighters had the run of these tunnels for days. Now they have a roadblock.
How many deep roads are there? How deep do they go?
They'll take you from one side of Thetis to the other, if you have a death wish.
The roads once connected dwarven cities that were hundreds of miles apart. Then came the Darkspawn. Ren and I have been exploring this region, reclaiming it, but the work is slow.
Mark the map, fight an army. Mark the map, fall in a hole. And so on.
I get the impression you two have known each other a while.
Yeah. The Shaper had sent her to dig up some relics. Asked me to keep her out of trouble. That was 3 years ago.
You can quit any time.
Not when we still have things to fight about.
The Legion of the Dead has the Inquisition's full support.
That's the best news I've heard since the Quakes began. Actually, the only good news.
Take cover!
You heard that, yes? The rhythm in the tremors? It's clearer, stronger, more insistent.
I hear it. Doesn't prove a thing.
These quakes are not a natural disaster. They're deliberate. There's an intelligence behind them.
If something is causing them, the strength required would be incredible. What could do that?
Here we go.
I found an ancient text during an expedition with Ren last year. At the time, it was just a curiosity. But now? The text describes giant creatures, called Titans, living deep underground. They sing in the stone, shaping it. When these quakes began, I believe we heard that rhythm. I believe a Titan is causing all this destruction.
Mysterious songs often lure people to their deaths, or to an archdemon.
This rhythm isn't a song, exactly. It sounds like air, flowing through lungs.
Air that can collapse a whole mine.
A mystery worth investigating.
I've never heard of Titans before. What else can you tell me about them?
The text I found predated the First Blight. Its pages had mostly rotted away. And there's no mention of the Titans in Orzamar's memories.
Which tells you something.
You speak of the stone like it's more than walls.
The stone is eternal. She was here before us, and remains after we die.
But the stone isn't your god.
We don't worship her, but we do respect and honor her.
The stone makes us strong, and we return that strength to her when we die. It's difficult to express in words.
All I heard was an earthquake. How is it you and Ren hear a rhythm?
Our people have a strong connection to the stone. We feel it in a way topsiders cannot.
Shapers have great stone sense, and Volta's better than most. She never gets lost.
In my experience, no explanation is too strange to consider.
For all we know, that text you found was a bedtime story. We can't be sure until we find the source.
The rhythm I sense in the quakes is emanating from somewhere far below. The stone will lead us there.
And if it comes to a fight, that'll be our job. There's a lift at the side passage nearby. Ready when you are.
Deep Road's Expedition Table. Use the Expedition Table to complete unique Inquisition operations called Expeditions found in this area of the Deep Roads. Expeditions do not appear on the War Table and Skyhold. Okay. But I can't do much with them because my folks are busy. Alright, I know I'm only about a little bit in. And this will be the lift.
We don't run into an emissary.
Oh. Now we definitely will.
I take it emissaries are bad.
Most Darkspawn are mindless killing machines, connected by the Blight. But emissaries are intelligent and use magic.
Okay. Here we go.
Shrieks. It had to be shrieks. Everyone's got their favorite.
This belonged to an exiled dwarf. He was experimenting with Raulerian.
Wow. Yeah, it could be bad. Well, look at that.
This door. There's something strange about it. Looks like our construction, but...
It's missing gears.
We have to find them. It's our only way through. That gear will fit the door. Keep an eye out for others.
Ooh. Well, darkspawn, definitely quite a few darkspawn.
This gear is warm to the touch. Strange.
I don't recognize that metal. But we should only need one more.
What is over here? Oh. Oh, it is quite literally laying right there.
We have enough of these odd gears. Let's head back to the door. It's open. Keep any gears we find. We may need more. And if we don't, I want to study them. Whatever they're made of wasn't mine down here.
Ooh. Well. There's definitely a few things around,
The
and
rhythm of
another.
the tremors. It echoes through the stone. This way.
Ooh. Quite a few of these gears.
Another strange door. Who put these here? And why?
This one uses a different kind of gear from the others.
We don't have to open it. My stone sense leads the other way. Though I am curious to see the other side.
You always are.
That scar on your nose is new.
Yeah. Fell out of bed.
You sleep on the ground.
Surprised me too.
You sleep on the ground. Yeah, it surprised me too. Okay, I get it. That's actually sort of funny. Ooh. I don't know, have I left this alone before? I'm not sure. Definitely it's been a while.
This Grey Warden had a map. Could be important.
Okay. Well, it feels like this chamber has been cleared. Though her stone sense leads us this way instead.
You've been doing it your whole life, Inquisitor.
He means that as a compliment.
You're famous. Even down here. Is it true you killed a dragon?
You haven't lived till you felt their wings pulling you in.
I can't even imagine. Tell me about their teeth. I've heard they don't all breathe fire, and their scales have different colors and patterns.
Careful, Ren. I believe you're drooling.
Ooh. Oh. Okay. Yeah. Definitely making our way down. Oh boy. Any more over here, just in case? No. Alright, fine. There is a gear. Before I really get running. Ooh. All right, where they were. I see. Definitely some interesting possibilities.
There's nothing left of them. Can't even tell who they were.
I'm sorry, Ren.
You joined the Legion knowing you're already dead. You don't fear the killing blow. We rest in the stone and pass our strength back to her. That's our reward. But the Darkspawn defiled these soldiers. They can't return to the stone. They'd only weaken her.
We'll make the Darkspawn pay for what they've done.
I've killed so many. But every time I stare into their black eyes, I know one day I won't be quick enough.
Stop it.
It's the truth, Volta. I'm going to die down here. I can only hope it won't be like this.
We'll burn the remains. Honor them with flame.
Ooh.
Look at that, Ren. Is the Tighedron?
Darkspawn all over it. You can see their torches.
We're getting close to something.
Aye. The fight of our lives.
But I've also apparently reached level 20. Ooh. Resurgent. You call upon benign spirits to restore you and your allies for continuing the fight. All party members are healed to full health, including those who have fallen unconscious, and a glyph around you provides ongoing healing to the party for the spell's duration. Oh my gosh. That's actually awesome. I think I needed that one first, though. Because I've got all the storm stuff mastered. So it's basically at this point... Oof. All right. Ooh.
Keep your mouth closed when fighting Darkspawn. Their blood's poison.
Thanks for the warning.
There was this Carter boy, Vaughn, who joined the Legion around the same time I did. Fast with daggers. Could poke 50 holes in a Hurlock before the Blighter knew what happened. Daggers are messy. Vaughn swallowed some spatter. Took him 3 days to die.
We need to work on your stories, Grizzly.
Lost a good soldier in the roads once. Fell down a hole. Found her 3 days later.
He loves this story.
She spent a whole day telling us all the strange things she saw while lost. A golden longboat floating in the air. Packs of hairless children hunting nugs. A giant skeleton on a throne.
Was it true?
Never found out. She woke up the next day. Couldn't remember any of it.
Alright, I've already resupplied, so...
This matches what's on the Grey Warden's map. Time to look around. Huh. Alright. Oh. Oh. Oh, there are gears. Never mind.
Have a look at this.
It's one of those situations where you can open one or the other, but not both.
Leg to a Hurlock a few years back. Left a nasty scar.
How'd you get away?
Kicked her with the other leg. Seriously, keep your guard up. They'll use your tongue as jewelry.
I'll remember that.
I've heard encouraging things about your progress topside. That you're bringing order to the chaos.
That's what they tell me.
We could use that down here.
She's asking for order to the chaos, huh? Well, looky there. Yeah, most of that I don't really need. Yeah, nothing over that way. Okay. That's iron. More iron.
I heard the hero of Ferelden came down here during the Blight.
Cardall met the Warden, but I never had the pleasure.
Do you often see Grey Wardens?
From time to time. They're a good bunch. Tough to fight. Fearless.
Any warden would say the same about the Legion.
Yeah, it's very much a situation where I don't think we can open all those logs. Which is fine. Well, look at that. Right, there's a caving deer.
That explains the stench.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, we're not done yet. Oh, this is brutal. This is brutal, but awesome. Oh, an ogre. Two ogres. Where are you going? Right, that was fantastic.
That's the last of those, Darkspawn. Legion's in your debt, Inquisitor.
Look at this, Ren. It's ancient. Maybe 1,000 years old.
Any idea who built it or why?
This Tig is on top of a lyrium mine. According to the memories, the mine was destroyed by some unexplained disaster. The miners must have used this lift to reach the lower levels.
But we're not using it, right?
If there is a Titan causing earthquakes, it's down there.
I found this book with the emissary. The pages are mostly ruined, but a few are readable. See this line? I awoke to the singing stone. Our kingdom trembled at the Titan's hymn.
That reference to singing stone. I've been told that raw lyrium has a sound.
A hum. The mining cast follows it to find lyrium veins. They say it's the stone calling to them.
Perhaps it wasn't chance that the quakes destroyed lyrium mines. Is it possible the Darkspawn or their emissary could also hear the song?
The stone would never call to those vile things. But that doesn't mean they can't hear her.
Darkspawn live and die by the Blight. They don't care for much else.
I didn't realize you knew so much about Darkspawn motives.
Not everything's a mystery, Volta. Some things are exactly as they appear.
And some things are not.
If similar quakes happened then, the people who lived here may have found a way to stop them.
I see no solution in the text, but it's practically dust. We're lucky any words survived.
Half a poem. Just what we needed.
Perhaps this will change your mind. Look here. It's the royal seal of Orsec Garal.
King Orsec Garal? That book belonged to a paragon? Maybe you are onto something, Volta.
Of course you'd take a dead man's word over mine. Always the traditionalist.
Hey, challenging tradition lost you a cushy position in Orzammar.
Does a king's book mean that much to you, Ren?
Paragons are the best of our people. They don't hand that title out to just anyone. Not even a king. Knowing it was Garal's book from the start would have saved us an argument.
As if you'd ever avoid an argument.
What does he mean you lost your position? I thought you were a Shaper.
Not all Shapers have the same duties. Mine were adjusted. When my superiors ordered me to remove an official record from the memories, I declined. We decided it would be best if I served the Shaperate here, finding history instead of recording it.
That record must have been important, to risk your position over it.
It was trivial, actually. A childhood friend of King Balin had ancestral ties to the Carta. But the truth is the truth, no matter how political it may be.
The Shaperate can erase official records. Aren't the memories permanent?
Sometimes erasing records is standard procedure. If a dwarf becomes castless, they're struck from the memories. But I was asked to change a fact that someone important merely found inconvenient.
If the Shaperate is willing to erase memories, what would prevent them from covering up the existence of Titans?
Why would they do that?
Because someone in power demanded it.
It takes courage to challenge authority.
I suppose you would know. Some believe the past is what we make it. But we gain nothing from ignoring mistakes.
I'm sorry I brought it up. The earthquakes are what matters. I don't know where this lift leads, but we're about to find out the hard way. Get ready.
A little bit of a bug. I'm gonna save it here. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to save it here, and I believe I'm going to get some food, so I will be back later. So, have a fantastic day if you don't come back, and please strive to be the best you that you can be. If you like what you've seen thus far, please become a follower here on Twitch. If you're seeing this on YouTube, like and subscribe. Take care.